that we are relying too much on these ad hoc organizations to address corruption without thinking about institutionalizing the anti-corruption fight. Apart from the established organizations, I also think that we should strengthen the police. It's actually the job of the police to catch corrupt people. That is why whenever you set up the organization, you go back to the police to look for people to carry out enforcement. So why don't we strengthen our police, train them properly? You know, look, we might keep saying that the police is the most corrupt, but it's the same police that produce Nuhu Ribadu. In fact, every time we are looking for the most non-corrupt human being to fight corruption, we go to the Nigerian police. So we have to focus on our police in addition to the existing organization, but I also have to support, and I'm sorry to agree with him on that one, that I support the independence of the EFCC. Right now, for you to get prosecution of anyone in Nigeria, the EFCC must first carry your file to the villa. And if the villa says don't touch the person will not be prosecuted. If they say touch the person, it doesn't matter how clean the person is, EFCC will find something against you. You know, when you are talking about, you say, don't mention names of people. Look, one of the things we have to seriously be talking about, we have to be mobilizing shame against people who are stealing and destroying the country. Because they have a home address, they have a surname, they have a first name. It's the reason why I was so appalled not to see APC people here today, because we have mentioned the likes of Akpabio and Ojiuzu Okalu, who are undergoing investigation across this country. They have names, they are driving cars, they register the cars, they are living in mansions on our back. And we are here saying, don't talk about them. I'm sorry.
It's a rule of the debate, sir.
We have to talk about them.
If you are part of this debate, you have to keep the rule of the debate. I'm afraid. You have to keep the rule of the debate. That's the rules of the debate.
The rules cannot preclude us talking about things that are the rules
as it is made in broadcasting is expected that you do not do that when you're on the podium. This is a platform you have been given. I would expect you to respect the rules.
We don't have to fight.
No, I'm doing my job, sir. I'm doing my job. I'd like to go now to Mr. Tope Fasua, Abundant Nigerian Renewal Party and Development, with support from the MacArthur Foundation, live on Channels Television. We're going to take the last question, and this last question applies to the political parties, and I'd like to give it only 1 minute 30 seconds. Our time is fast spent, so Mr. Timekeeper, please take note of 1 minute 30 seconds. It's an important question, so I'd like you to please focus. Party primaries threw up a lot of corruption issues with allegations of vote buying and bribery of party officials. If the political class is implicated, why should Nigerians believe parties when they talk about combating corruption? And I would like to start with the African Action Congress.
Well, we're a new party, and we've only been 4 months. We started as a movement before then that had been around for 9 months. And within 4 months, we have shown character, we've shown competence, we have shown transparency. Our party, as I'm standing in front of you, has 3,999,000 naira in its account. It's not been touched. No party, especially the established ones, can tell you how much they have, because they have too much money. And we have been able to set up all over the country. We have traveled to 33 states with less than 100 million naira. What we want to do is also ensure that we sanitize the political system in such a way that people no longer believe in money. We demystify money. People will tell you that if you don't have money, you can't contest for the presidency. Is a lie. You can contest for the presidency of Nigeria if you don't have money, if people give you money. And we receive money. I have received almost 99 million naira today from GoFundMe, which is transparently available publicly, and also from contribution from a Zenith bank account we set up. And with that, we traveled around this country. So what we're saying is that our party is not engaged in any form of corruption, regardless of what our friend was trying to insinuate here. They try to tar other people with the kind of their own dirty brush, But our party is available to be scrutinized. We are not buying any votes. I don't give money to anybody. I don't give money to police. It's the reason why I don't have police protection, because the police people want me to pay them for it. I say I can't afford to pay police to protect me.
Let us ask all of the parties to respond to this question, but we will start with Chief Paul Isamadi. How does your party assess the impact of corruption on Nigeria's national development? And despite our constitution and our laws, which make corruption a criminal act, accountability mechanisms do not work well in Nigeria. What is your take on this?
Your questions, and I want to say good morning to everyone here. I have been able to work and in a capacity in which I've fought corruption as an individual almost in the last 12 years. And I can tell you that the reason why corruption is endemic, especially politically, is because of the way our political parties are formed. It's because of the way they are funded. It's because of the way they recruit their candidates and the way they get into office. Interestingly, the only party that did not come to this debate today is supposed to be campaigning, is supposed to be the party that fights corruption. But they are not here because they want to perpetrate the biggest corruption of this era in the next few weeks. That is vote buying, which is a political corruption that is going to destroy our democracy. I'm talking about the All Progressives Congress, APC. And I hope they are watching us today. I hope they are watching here in Abuja. That would have expected either their party leader or their presidential candidate to come and explain to us how he is going to fight corruption when his party at this time is partnered with some of the most corrupt persons in Nigeria who are being celebrated in their party. But let's talk about our own party and what we intend to do. The problem with fighting corruption in Nigeria is that we do not have anything preventive, mostly, to ensure that corrupt people don't lay hands on our resources. And most times, we go after them after they have already taken whatever is available for everybody to themselves. So there's no prevention. And the second level where we try at all is that of enforcement. And enforcement has become a theatrical process in Nigeria. It has to be celebrated, it has to be dramatized, and at the end of the day, the people who are really corrupt never get caught. Even when they are caught, it depends on which side of the aisle they belong. So the third level of our own intervention is, of course, consequences. The problem with Nigeria and fighting corruption is that we do not deliver consequences on corrupt people. It is the reason why some of them have the temerity at this time to be running for office in our country. The guys to my right, the PDP people, and of course the guys who did not come here today. So we will deal with corruption very, very severely, and the people who will bear the brunt of it are already looking at me, and they know what we'll do to them.